Hey friends, just a few days ago, I was just driving in my van on my way to work, and I got thinking about crypto, I got thinking about digital currencies, I got thinking about traditional fiat currency and the fiat system, and I had a really strong impression or thought into my heart and mind about how we are on the verge of a complete economic shift. If and I got thinking about how, and we all know this, but just how everything is digital now. Everything is online, everything is on the internet. Uh, just just a few decades ago, if you wanted to send a letter to someone, you would have had to type it out or write it out, go to a post box, put a stamp on it, pay for it. Someone would then have to deliver that letter for you. If it was an international send, it could take days, weeks, even months in some cases for the recipient to get the letter. And now we have email. Now you have text message. Now you have all these different platforms where just you can type a few words and instantly it's on the other side of the world. And it's the same with entertainment and media. Before you used to have to go to a cinema, or you used to have to go to a Blockbuster and rent a DVD or pay to see a film. Now you can just sit at home in luxury and just watch whatever you want, whenever you want, and how much you want, because it's all on demand. And the world is becoming very much on demand. But there's one system that is yet to fully transition, and that is the fiat system, traditional finance, paper money. And if you want to send money abroad, it's going to take days, sometimes weeks. It's going to be costly. It's going to be expensive. There's so many different hands that it has to go through. And I'm not a financial expert. I'm not an economist. I'm not in a banker or have a banking background. So I don't fully understand how the traditional system works. But, we have largely become a cashless society, contactless payments. There's a lot more online retailers like PayPal and Revolut and MoneyGram. And, all these different kind of companies are growing. But there are still headaches and there's still speed bumps in the fiat system. And banks are gearing up to transition to a digital payment system, a CBDC, a central bank digital currency. And they're going to be using blockchain technology to carry out these transactions. Smart contracts are going to come into play big time on a global scale. But there's yet to be a full transition towards a digital or digitized monetary system. But it's coming, friends. It's here. And blockchain technology is going to be the bedrock. It's going to be the platform. It's going to be the foundation for the new monetary system, for cross-border payments, for institutional transactions. And actually, it's coming to us. It's coming to the everyday user. The Bank of England, for example, currently in the process of creating a central bank digital currency, calling it the digital pound. And we know that central banks all around the world are buying up gold in record number. I've got some prophetic friends, and one of them in particular is not into crypto, is not into blockchain, is not into technology, doesn't know how any of this kind of stuff works, doesn't invest or buy stocks or shares or none of that kind of stuff. And this person heard the Lord say a number of years ago that we are going back to a gold-based currency, a gold-backed currency. And I believe that as the dollar weakens, as the fiat system struggles to cope with an ever digital world and a fast-paced and moving society, we are in a season and a time of acceleration, and things are moving so fast. But there's a lot going on in the background. There's a lot of inflation. There's the weakening of the dollar. We've got the BRICS nations rising up. We've got the Middle East who don't want to trade in the petrodollar anymore. There's a lot going on that's creating circumstances and situations that is going to prepare and pave the way for digital currencies and possibly a gold-backed currency once again. You know, in the XRP ledger, for example, they are already tokenizing commodities like gold and silver on the XRP ledger. I think it was the CEO of BlackRock said that tokenization is going to be the next big wave in blockchain technology. And that's when you tokenize assets. And that digital token has the value of the tokenized asset. So if you hold a tokenized cryptocurrency and it's tied or it's pegged to the gold or the gold price, that tokenized digital currency will have the same weight in value, if that makes sense. I think the reason I'm sharing this is because, you know, crypto is yet to have its .com boom. Just like in the early 90s, the late 80s, the early 90s, when the internet first started to emerge and all these .com companies started to rise to the surface, and we know how it revolutionized the world, it revolutionized society, it revolutionized business, it revolutionized how we live our lives. Blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, digital assets, tokenization is going to revolutionize and transform the world. And one of the big players is going to be in the central bank digital currencies and the CBDCs and the tokenization of gold and the tokenization of silver and even maybe the tokenization of oil. And I believe that XRP is greatly undervalued. And the reason it's undervalued is because it's not quite, it's how can I say this? Because the cards aren't in play yet. We are still living off a fiat system. The world is still relying on the dollar to be the world's reserve currency. We are still living in an old system. And, you know, it's sad that unfortunately the dollar moved away from being backed by gold in 1970. But now we're going to go back to gold, I think, in the next few years' time. We'll see. But yeah, I just wanted to share my heart, share my thoughts. I'm by no means an expert. I probably said and mispronounced things or got things wrong. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. But as a prophetic person, I like to look at what's going on around me. My heart is to be a futurist. I want to know what things are coming, what technologies are going to influence the world. I want to know how the world is changing. I want to know what to keep my eyes open for as they unfold. But, you know, I'm very bullish on XRP. One, because I believe prophetically God has spoken to me and many other people about XRP. But also two, I'm looking at everything that's taking place in the monetary system, everything that's taking place among central banks, how blockchain technology is being adopted and increased. And I'm also looking at how gold and silver has greatly increased in value in the last couple of months. I think, you know, in the last month or 2 months, gold and silver is up like 20 to 30%. You know, I made a video about 2 months ago where I spoke about how in January, the Lord told me it's time to start buying silver. And I wish I listened and I bought more silver, but I didn't, you know, and silver's doing very well. Gold's doing very well. The last time gold and silver rose in value like this was during COVID-19, during the pandemic. The price of gold and silver shot up, and the price of gold and silver is shooting up right now. And I'm thinking, what is taking place behind the scenes that most of us aren't aware of that is causing people to take their money out of risk assets and put them into assets like gold and silver, which are safe havens, safe investments. So something's taking place behind the scenes. And I think it's got to do with the US dollar. Take care, guys. My family's home. Bye.